Hi there! Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me. This is Mandy. I am an emotional healing and mindset coach, and today I'm here to talk to you about the gift of being right. Most of us have been told that we were wrong over and over again. And I remember for myself, my first memory of being told I was wrong was when my grandparents, my parents, everyone in my family, my godmother, everybody told me to stop crying. As if crying was wrong, that crying is not acceptable, that it's not okay to be sad, it's not okay to be upset. And that's just one of my examples of feeling like I was being told I was wrong. And I want you to think back to your life about growing up. Did you ever feel like you were told that you were doing something wrong by your parents? Or maybe what you were thinking was wrong? Like, I wanted to wear a dress instead of wearing jeans. And I was told, no, you can't. Today you're wearing this. So even like what I'm thinking and what I want felt like I was wrong. I also interviewed a marriage counselor. Her name is Karen, in her 50s, and she told me her first memory of being told she was wrong was her brother. She grew up with an older brother, and she said, it felt like everything I did was wrong. He was the older and smarter one. And I remember him telling me that I'm stupid. It can seem like a very innocent thing to hear as a child, but have you thought about how much that innocent comment has stuck with you or shaped how you lived your life? For Karen, she felt very invalidated. She felt like, well, I have to prove to him and prove to everyone else that I'm not stupid. And that kind of shaped how she lived. Another thing about being told we're wrong is that it can come as like what sounds like a genuine concern, but it feels very invalidating. Think about the times when people told you you're too something. And it can be anything. People say things like, oh, you're too tall, you're too short, you can't win, you're too sensitive. That's a really popular one. I've been told that my entire life, you're too sensitive, as if being sensitive is wrong. Or another one of my favorites is when people say, you're too smart for your own good. So even being smart can be wrong. Another gentleman that I talked to about this, he's in his 30s and he's a consultant. And he told me about a memory that he has about being told wrong when he was in 5th grade. His teacher said, an egg is dairy. And he was protesting. He was fighting it in the front of the room. How an egg can't possibly be dairy. It doesn't come from a cow, and it's literally a whole chicken. He was fighting, and he knew he was wrong. He knew he was right. But the teacher said he was wrong. And he was crying in the front of the room, just fighting it and fighting it. And even like 20-something years later, he still remembers that. He still remembers that incident of being told wrong in the front of the class when he knew he was so sure that he was right. And to this day, when I talk to him, he thinks that had a big impact on how he lived his life and what he decided to do as a career, because he thinks that he always has to gather evidence in order to prove himself right. He's obsessed with information gathering. Can you imagine how much energy and time he spent on getting information to make sure he has all the facts so that he can prove himself right? It's a lot of expenses of energy and time. And that's how he's been living his life. And he can actually attribute it to that one incident that he remembered for like over 25 years from 5th grade. So that's how much of a lasting impact it can have on us when we throw around words like you're too something, you're too this and you're too that, or no, you're wrong, no, silly, don't think that. It sounds like it's just a comment. Don't take it too seriously. But deep down, we may not even know how much those comments have left an impact on us, how much those comments have shaped our lives. So what I want to offer you today is the gift of being right. And in a minute, I'm going to be giving you a couple prompts. And I want you to take this as, what if someone is out there to validate you as a person? I'm not agreeing with whether you're right or wrong. I have no idea, and I don't need to know. But what if I can give you the validation that as a human being, what you did was right? Or as a human being, what you thought was right? What you felt was right? Or how you reacted was right? I know this might sound a little woo-woo, but if you're listening to this or watching this, give me 2 minutes of open mind and see what you can take in. See how these words can land in your body. See if there is a little part of you that may have felt like you were told you were wrong. Maybe it was from 10, 20, 30 years ago. Who knows? You never knew that you felt invalidated. You didn't know what kind of impact it's been having on your life. But I just want you to give yourself an opportunity. What if someone out there is going to validate that part of you, that you're right? Try to take it in as a gift. This is my gift to you, to acknowledge you of being the human being that you thought you were, the human being that you know you were. I'm just validating who you are. Okay. So I want you to take a deep breath with me. And you might want to close your eyes and just take in whatever you can and let whatever memories come up for you to show up. Trust that you can't do this wrong. Whatever you do to take this in or not, you're right. Take another deep breath in and breathe it out. Remember a time when you knew you were right, but nobody listened to you. You were absolutely right. Remember the time when you knew you were doing the right thing, but you got shot down. You were absolutely right. Remember the time when you were told you're too sensitive, when you felt upset. You were absolutely right. And remember a time when you were upset over what's going on in your world, in your life, and you were told you're overreacting. You were absolutely right. And remember a time when you thought your parents or your teachers or your managers have no clue. You were absolutely right. And remember a time when you knew it was the right thing to do and you stood your ground. Other people didn't like it, but you were absolutely right. Now take another deep breath in and let go of whatever you can let go of. And breathe it all out. Trust that whatever showed up for you was right. It was perfect for you, whether it was a big thing, a small thing, or maybe nothing. Whatever it was, just breathe in the extra space. Allow yourself to feel this extra space in your body as you go through your day. So this is what I wanted to give you today, is the gift of being right, maybe from a lifetime of being told we were wrong. And if you're interested in doing more emotional healing or releases with me, please visit my website, and I'll talk to you next time.